Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video, and today we are back at it with part 3 of the Royale tournament. You guys asked for it, so here we are. Global Tourney has been out for 2 days already. I believe this is the 3rd day, and so I am already 15-0, 15 wins, undefeated, 0 losses, with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, tried and true deck. And so today, going to be continuing the grind and going for 20 wins, if possible, with the deck. Now, I have already grinded a bit on some of my other accounts. I played Hoggy Q on 2 accounts, and I got to 15 wins as well, but I did unfortunately have some losses along the way. And I played Xbow on another account, and I'm at 15-1, so off to a decent start, I'd say, but this is definitely my best start. And so in the last video, I did have some pretty nice matches. I was able, if I just scroll all the way down, I was able to beat Lavahound, Bridgespam, and this very interesting P.E.K.K.A deck. So if you guys missed it, I will link part 2 in the description below, where I went from 10 to 15 wins, and part 1 will also be on my channel if you're interested, where I got from 0 to 10 wins. Undefeated score, of course. But we are going to be continuing the grind, and so matches I'm expecting are going to get a little bit more difficult now that we're against better players higher up in wins, and we shouldn't be facing too many off-meta random decks. I do think 3.0 Xbow Cycle will be difficult, but it should be doable anyways, so not switching to Archer Queen just as yet. But with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get right into the matches. As we find it right away for the first one against Chief Hemp from Panda Schemes. Gonna give the good luck and cycle Eastbird at the bridge first play. Very safe starting play for sure. And let's see if he tries to activate King. He does not, so he's going to be leaking Elixir actually. And that means it could be... Okay, he's going to go Skelly King, going to go for an Xbow opposite. This is going to be risky for sure, since I don't know what he has. He has guards. Okay, not going to commit anything to it. Arrows as well. And yeah, I'm just going to let that go actually, because I need a knight for the Skeleton King, and I don't want to be down Elixir. I could have committed to archers against the guards, but they actually would have just died to the arrows. And so, Skeleton King guards arrows so far. Not actually entirely sure what this is going to be. It could be Lavahound, it could also be Graveyard possibly, and it is Lavahound as we see the lava in the back. So, gonna set up with pre-archers. He does have a set of arrows in this deck, which is going to be annoying. Also, notice how I played my skeletons behind my knight there, just to support a little bit. And let's see what else he has in this lava deck. Flying Machine, going to fireball it instantly. Keep one archer alive if I can. And Tesla should help out against the Lavahound. He gets Skelly Drags down. It's going to go for an E-Spirit and then Knight. And Skeletons for the Miner. This is going to be a bit tricky, but I think this defense should hold up. Yeah, it looks like we are going to be fine. And Tesla will help out against all of that. Unfortunately, I can't really go for an Xbow right now, because he has Skeleton King, and I don't have my Knight in Cycle, actually. So, I would go for an Xbow if I had Knight anytime soon, but I don't. Just going to leak, actually, here. And he goes for Skelly King. Just going to go Archers in the back. He might use arrows on them, but I'm going to go for a Tesla next, probably. And he might set up for a Lavahound in front of this. Yeah, he does. Just going to go for a Tesla. Let's see if he goes for the arrows. And if he does, I am back to my Knight. In fact, I'm just going to go for a Knight anyways, to block and protect my Tesla. And I can just get a really nice fireball and everything. He's going to pop the ability, so going to go log for it. And actually, I can just go for archers, because he already used his arrows. Skeleton dragons come down. If he goes for a miner, I can definitely fireball, but I don't need to since he didn't. And I'm going to go for an Xbow now, have a really solid counter push with the knight and archers. And he's not going to be back to Skelly King right away. He has guards, no Skeleton King yet. There's the Skeleton King, so gonna try and get a nice fireball on both the Skelly King and the Flying Machine if I can, and I am able to, so that's gonna be a nice connection. And I'm gonna have to try and cycle back to my Xbow here, because he is gonna lava, most likely. Yeah, he does. Actually gonna go opposite lane now. He should not really have anything in hand, actually, for this. Like, he's not gonna be back. Yeah, has Inferno Dragon. Gonna go Knight, and I'm gonna go all in with this right now. Archers as well, Skeletons to distract, and get a fireball ready, because I think this is going to be my make or break push. So fireball, and I did miss one Skeleton Dragon. Going to go for a Knight, and hopefully that's going to be enough. Going to go log as well, and okay, log is not going to be enough. Fireball as well, and this is actually getting really close. And okay, looks like we lost by 73 HP. That's going to be pretty close, but unfortunate as well. I guess I miscalculated there, but basically I wanted to go all in with my Xbow push, because I knew he was going to build a huge lava push that would be hard for me to defend. Of course, that matchup would have been a lot easier with Archer Queen, I would say, since I did, of course, get a bit stifled by the arrows for my archers. And he did have guards instead of Tombstone, which is interesting, and Inferno Dragon, which is annoying. But yeah, I don't think I played too badly there, honestly. I think it was just a bit unfortunate that I didn't have enough to take the tower at the end. Maybe I should have defended at the end and cycled back to my fireball instead of just logging nothing. But I don't feel too bad about that because I feel like it's pretty hard with both Skeleton King and arrows in that deck. But let's go for the next match and try and keep it going. Unfortunately, our undefeated streak does come to an end. But I have said many times before, I'm not afraid to include losses in my videos, especially if they're educational. I don't think I played very badly, so I'm honestly fine with that. Let's keep it going. And another Skeleton King, so going to go Xbow again, and it could be the same deck. He has a Bowler as well, so I think this is going to be Graveyard, actually, because Skelly King Bowler doesn't feel like it would be anything else. Archer should hopefully help out enough against the Bowler, and it does. And let's see if he goes for a Graveyard with the Skeleton King. He does not, which is probably smart. So Bowler Skelly King so far definitely feels like Graveyard though. Witch as well, yeah. Gonna Fireball it, and I don't need to log it as well. Unless he plays something in front, then I will log it. But this definitely feels like a Graveyard deck. I just really hope it's not Giant Graveyard, because he already has two big tanks in the Skelly King and the Bowler. So Giant would just make it an absolute pain. Just gonna go for a pre-Tesla, I think. And should set up pretty nicely against the Tombstone. He has bats too. I actually really don't know if this is going to be Giant Graveyard or not. Skelly King in the back again, and I unfortunately can't really go for an Xbow opposite because he will just get a free Bowler on my Xbow. It's going to have to go for a Knight and defend for now. Let's see what he does next. And E-Spirit too, so very interesting deck so far. Skelly King, I'm going to have to go for Archers, I think, up high, which I don't really want to do. He does use arrows though, which is nice. Just gonna Fireball the Witch. And yeah, this is a bit of an awkward start to this match. But I'm just chilling out and not really overcommitting if I can. Gonna go E-Spirit to prevent that from getting a hit on my tower, because why not? Goes for a Tombstone, just gonna cycle back to another Tesla, I think. And he's doing a pretty good job of saving his Bowler in hand, so I can't really go for an Xbow. So we're going to see what we can make happen here. But I believe he's already revealed most of his cards, so last one should just be a Graveyard. Going to Fireball the Witch, and going to have to cycle back to another pair of Archers here for this push. Going to just log, and it looks like he doesn't have a big spell so far, so I'm actually going to try a Defensive Xbow and see if that can make something happen, because Offensive Xbow simply wouldn't work. I mean, he's already showed that he has Bowler and Skelly King, like two cards that I won't make any progress against going for an Offensive Xbow. So there's really no point. Gonna go Archers for the Graveyard, and if he goes Arrows, I'm gonna have to log the Skeleton so I don't take too much damage. Looks like he actually misses my Archers, which is pretty interesting, but gonna go for an Xbow since I do have a really nice counter push, and he should have a Bowler ready for this. Yeah, he does. So gonna go for a Tesla now, and then E-Spirit for the bats, definitely. And wow, his arrows and E-Spirit actually cleaned up basically everything. So yeah, this deck looks like it's going to be really hard to break through against, but on the bright side, he should also have a bit of trouble breaking through against me, because I think Defensive Xbows are going to be a really good tool in this matchup. So going to go for one again. He only has arrows as a spell, and he has a very like fast cycle with the E-Spirit and the bats, so it's not like I can like outcycle him very easily. Just going to Fireball the Witch. He might be going for a Graveyard. It's going to bridge block the Bowler, actually. Yeah, so that he didn't have a great tank for the Graveyard. And then I don't think I need to go log right away. Just going to go Skeletons, E-Spirit. It does get cleaned up just fine. Going to go Xbow opposite now. He does not have Bowler in hand, so they should be a really good initiative. Going to go Tesla because he's probably back to it now. Yeah, he is. He's going to go for a low Bowler. Going to Fireball it just to keep up some pressure. And should do good. Going to E-Spirit for the bats and then log the Witch. And just really try and make this Xbow connection happen. Looks like it's not going to happen, but I did get a huge connection in terms of spell damage, so looking pretty good there. Just going to reset with another Defensive Xbow, and I basically just have to make sure I don't lose to Graveyard damage. Going to block again. This is something I'm doing quite a lot. Bridge blocking the Skelly King at the bridge, which is going to be his main tank for the Graveyard. I don't want to give him an option to tank for the Graveyard if possible. Going to go Xbow now, and Tesla to predict the Bowler as it comes down. Perfect. So gonna log the Witch as well. Make sure I hit the tower as well with my log, because I really want to get as much tower damage as I can. Fireball the Skelly King, and E-Spirit to predict whatever. And just gonna reset with another Defensive Xbow. And this is actually gonna be on tower if he doesn't do anything about it. Okay, looks like It does okay and dies, but that's fine, honestly. This is really a good situation for me. Gonna log, and then whatever he plays at the bridge other side, gonna block with a knight, and then go archers for the graveyard. He goes for arrows, and it does hit, so gonna log, and then fireball. And hopefully I can avoid any other graveyard damage. Going for another set of archers, and log should do enough, and that's going to be a really nice win. So yeah, that matchup was honestly not very easy at all, considering the fact that I wasn't even able to really break through. I mean, he has Bowler, Skelly King, and an insanely fast cycle. So the only way I could make any progress in that matchup was by defensive expoing, because if you take a look at his deck, he does not really have any defensive expo options, and he obviously can arrows, but then he won't have arrows for my archers. So I basically just realized halfway through the match I need to go for defensive expos here, so I did that and I was able to make it work. So really nice there. Gonna keep it going, and I'm gonna stick with 3.0 Xbow Cycle for now. If I lose again, I might switch to Archer Queen, because it is gonna be a very hard deck to play 3.0, as you saw with the first match. But we're still going to try and make something happen. So Bar Barrel comes down. Just going to go archers and make sure I don't take any Bar Barrel damage. And Bar Barrel doesn't tell me too much. Going to go for a log as well. And he's going to go guard. So Bar Barrel plus guards. Not sure if I want to go for a knight, because I actually don't really know what this is going to be. Fisherman. Okay, so I think it's going to be graveyard, because... sorry, I think it's going to be RG. But it could also be graveyard. Yeah, I'm saying RG because he has the Fisherman and the Hunter, of course, which usually makes sense. But then he has Guards, which isn't really a card that you see in RG too often. Sparky, okay, so it's going to be a pretty interesting off-meta Sparky deck. I think I'm going to get Defensive Expo, and this is going to be a bit of a tricky defense, I would say, because my cycle's a bit weird. I don't have Tesla. Yeah, he's going to be Goblin Giant. Going to go Archers, and then E-Spirit for the Sparky to make sure it doesn't connect, and then I'm gonna try and go Knight late. So yeah, thank God. Okay, so what I did there, I let the Sparky connect to my Expo and then went for a Knight so that I would be able to make something happen, which was really key there, because if I went for a Knight early, he would have been able to just take it out with the Sparky instantly. Gonna go for an Expo now, and then Skelly's off to the side for the guards. And I think he's going to go for a Hunter now. So I'm going to try and block with Archers if I can. Should hopefully soak up most of the damage as they do. And now I get a nice connection. Fisherman, though, is on the right side. So maybe I should have gone E-Spirit for the Fisherman. Small mistake there. But I think he's going to have a Lightning in this deck too. Which is going to be tricky, honestly. Because he can just use Lightning on my Tesla. But at the same time, he does not have a great way to deal with my Archers. So I'm going to wait to see. I'm going to actually predict a Sparky in the back with an Expo right now. And okay, looks like we did get it off. That's going to be huge. Going to go Skeletons to predict. Yep, goes Fisherman. And now I'm going to let this Expo die, I think, because I've committed a lot. Going to Fireball the Fisherman Hunter, because that's a lot of value. And not going to play anything up high, because I cannot afford to let anything else die. I need to defend this right now. It's going to go E-Spirit for the Sparky. Knight afterwards. And then I'm back to another set of archers. I think I have to use them. And I have to log this as well, because I don't want that to hit my tower. That would be huge. Going to be down a lot of elixir, though, as you can see. He played Sparky when I'm at, like, 4. So that's going to be really bad. And I'm going to have to try my best to defend this well. So he goes for a Goblin Giant. Going to go Knight. And then going to go Fireball on the Fisherman after. And then E-Spirit so that the Sparky doesn't splash my Knight. That was huge. And then he goes for a Lightning, so going to go Skeletons, Archers afterwards. And that should be really good, actually. Just going to have to log this so that it doesn't splash my Archers and Tower. And yeah, that's going to be really nice, actually. I'm really happy with that defense. Going to set up with another Tesla. And it's going to be time to Spell Cycle soon. I believe Fireball does 207, yeah. So 2 Fireballs and a log should do enough. So let's start the Spell Cycle. Yep, because log does, I think, 87 at tourney standard. If I'm wrong, that's going to be really tragic. Okay, yeah, I was right. So that's going to be GG. A really nice win against Goblin Giant Sparky Lightning, and so you might think, just by looking at that, that Lightning seems like a difficult combination, but it is good because I was able to stack Archers in the same lane. He can't deal with them. he only has Snowball and Barb Barrel, so he doesn't have arrows. So the main trick I used in that matchup was definitely just stacking archers on defense, and also protecting my knights and everything from the Sparky shots. So really useful to do that in that matchup, and really happy I was able to win that. Very unexpected deck, honestly, but let's keep it going. Into the next one, against Benja Gamer. Gonna give the good luck back, and E-Spirit at the bridge should be solid starting play, as he gives the Global Tourney emote, and Fire Spirit is not going to be a great sign, to be honest, because it tells me that it's going to be either Hog Earthquake or Royal Hog's Earthquake. Okay, Fire Spirit Valk. Yeah, I think this is going to be Hog Earthquake, maybe. So I'm going to go for a Knight, and this is going to be tricky, but let's do our best. So, holding on to my Tesla in case he goes for anything. Goes for a Queen. Going to go Archers after it locks on to my Knight, and then protect my archers with E-Spirit. And okay, unfortunately he does get a nice login. It's going to Fireball, and then go for a Tesla afterwards. Thankfully, the Archer Queen does get taken out, but unfortunately Fire Spirit does splash to my towers. This is going to be a really hard matchup, actually. Hog Earthquake, I'm sure you can tell by the deck itself, it's going to be a fast cycle deck with Earthquake, which is obviously going to be hard for Xbow. So I'm not going to be happy with this matchup, actually. But you do get bad matchups. You can't really spend too much time focusing on them. You have to spend time worrying about what you're going to do in the match itself. So let me just try and make something happen. And he goes for an Earthquake. Wow, going to go Xbow because he just cycled Earthquake. And he goes for a Bomb Tower and Valk. So yeah, like it kind of sucks because I have to let that go. If I went for a Knight at the bridge, I wouldn't have been able to take that out because Valk Bomb Tower is just so beefy. So that really sucks, actually, that I'm just going to have to let that die. But gonna go Archers up high. Notice how I was considering going Archers down low, but I reacted to the Fire Spirit coming down because you do not want to take any Fire Spirit damage, if possible, in this matchup. I know I took some at the start, but gonna try and avoid it in the future. And just gonna go Skeletons in the back, and let's see what he goes for. He goes for Log, just gonna go for an Xbow, I think. He should not be back to a Valkyrie. He's back to a Bomb Tower and Earthquake. Okay, so gonna have to let that die as well. Just gonna Fireball Tower now, because he did just go for Earthquake. So gonna try and Spell Cycle and keep some spell damage happening. Gonna split Archers, and I'm kind of worried now because he's gonna build a big push, obviously, with this Queen. He's gonna go Knight in anticipation of the push, and then go for an anti-Earthquake Tesla after the Queen locks on to my Knight. So gonna protect my Tesla a little bit from the Queen, and should be doing a pretty good job, actually. So gonna Log as well to make sure the Queen doesn't just fully take out my Tesla, as it works pretty well. Gonna go Xbow and then Knight to predict the Bomb Tower, as he does go Bomb Tower, so great. Gonna go Archers and then Log. Need to take this out as soon as possible to try and force an Xbow connection, but look how much the Log Earthquake just destroyed my Xbow, so really tragic, but we did get a tiny connection at least. So I don't want to Spell Cycle, I think, because we're not really in an advantage position right now, so just going to go for a low Tesla. And that was actually baiting him to try and go for an Earthquake, so that I can go for an Xbow and he won't have Earthquake and Cycle for this. So going to go Xbow now, and he actually predicts my Xbow, which is really well played. Going to Fireball this and try and still make something happen. Unfortunately, that prediction looks like it's going to be huge. Going to go E-Spirit, and okay, this is looking really bad, actually. Going to go Knight, and then Log the Hog back, and unfortunately I did take damage. So really well played prediction by him. I guess I should have waited a bit more for my Xbow, would have been really different, but I couldn't really have done that either because then I would have been leaking Elixir, so pretty hard situation, honestly. Gonna Fireball this because I can't afford to let the Queen get a lot of value, and then E-Spirit, and he actually goes for an Earthquake, so I want to Xbow, but I'm scared he's going to predict me again. It's going to wait a bit and then go for Xbow plus Knight. He does predict, but going to go for a Knight to block. And Archers as well. He goes for a Valk. Let's Log. And really need to make this connection happen if I can. E-Spirit as well. And it looks like it's not really going to connect, unfortunately. So that defense is going to be pretty tricky. He's going to actually start Spell Cycling, which really sucks because he can just do this in this matchup. It's going to be such a hard matchup for that reason. Gonna Fireball, I guess. I can't really go in because I know he's going to predict it. And then gonna go for a pre-Tesla, which will cover any Hog. Goes for Hog. Gonna go Archers, and I have to make a push happen, but I don't see how I really can, especially with the Queen coming down in this lane. So gonna go for another Tesla up high, actually, and then Xbow. And it's gonna be like my last resort push, I guess, because He already uses Earthquake. Gonna log as well. And Xbow is gonna be on tower, but Earthquake's just gonna do so much damage, I can't really make something happen. Gonna Fireball as well, and log. But I don't think it's gonna be enough, because he's gonna be back to another Earthquake pretty soon. Yeah, so I tried my best, honestly, but that's just gonna be pretty bad. Don't know why he's BMing with the good luck when he has a hard counter. And we almost won, actually, so maybe I shouldn't have gone for... maybe I shouldn't have taken all that hog damage early on. I don't know, because I think it was really just him predicting my Xbow that really got me. But I think I was pretty high on Elixir at that time, so let me take a look here. And yeah, like, you guys can tell how it's going to be such a hard matchup, because he was able to freely Earthquake Cycle on my tower and still get away with defending just fine. Yeah, so here was the moment where you can see I was at 9 Elixir. I didn't want to leak and then Xbow, but I think I should have leaked, I guess. But yeah, I should have waited for the Knight to go a bit higher, and then this Fireball. And if the Fireball went through, the Bomb Tower wouldn't have taken my Xbow so low, and then I took so much damage on this defense because I didn't have enough Elixir for the Tesla. So yeah, that was really tricky, actually, but that's a really bad matchup, so I don't feel too bad about losing it. And I said I would switch to Archer Queen, but honestly, I feel like I could have won that with 3.0, so I'm going to keep going with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, at least for a little bit longer. I think it is still doable, honestly. But I apologize, you guys have to watch pretty tragic losses. We're going to try and keep it going. I honestly don't think I played that too badly, and it is Hog Earthquake, so yeah. He goes for a Princess first play. I'm going to go Skelly's in the back. I think it's going to be Logbait, and he has Snowball as well, so this is looking like it's going to be Cannon Cart Logbait, I guess. Going to go Knight to make sure I don't take too much barrel damage. Should just take one stab. Yep, and going to go Xbow now, I think, when he commits something to the left. So he goes for a Bandit, and he should have a Cannon Cart in this deck, so yeah, this is going to be a really bad matchup. Actually, I don't know why I'm getting so unfortunate with matchups today, with Hoggy Q and then this, but yeah, he's going to be back to a Princess. It's going to have to try and be ready for that by cycling E-Spirit low. So let me just do that when I get to 10. Against Logbait matchups when they have Princess, you do want to cycle your cards kind of low so that they don't get Princess at the bridge damage. Going to go Archers to deny it, and then should be in a decent spot, I think. But yeah, this is going to be such a hard matchup because of the fact that he has Cannon Cart and Rocket, so he's always going to have good response. He's going to go for Knight and then Xbow, I think, because I did outcycle his Cannon Cart. He's going to throw a Goblin Barrel, going to log, and yeah, he is forced to Rocket. So Knight is actually pressuring right now, and just Snowball it as well. So going to go E-Spirit at the bridge. Should get some damage, actually, because he should be low on Elixir after that Snowball, and that's going to be really nice. So this matchup is going to be hard, honestly. Like, I do feel kind of, like, sad that I'm getting such bad matchups with this and then Hoggy Q, but I think the strategy and game plan in this matchup is going to be to try and outcycle his Cannon Carts, and then probably defensive Xbow after I outcycle his Rocket. So going to go for an Xbow now. Goes for Dark Prince in the back. He should be forced to Rocket this. Nope, goes for a Cart. It's going to go Archers and then Log as well, and Knight as well, and I think I have to eat that entire Goblin Barrel. Might be a mistake, but gonna Log as well these set of Rascals, and Bandit comes in, gonna go E-Spirit and then Skellies, and that's actually gonna be a connection. It's gonna have to go for a Knight. I have to make every single connection against this deck count, so I get a really nice connection, but I did have to take an entire Goblin Barrel damage to do so, so that's how hard you're gonna have to play in this matchup. If you want to be able to break through, you're going to have to take damage. My cycle's really awkward, so I'm going to actually log the Dark Prince and then Fireball the barrel, because I didn't have like Skeletons or Knight to distract the Dark Prince, so I kind of had to do that. He's going to go Bandit to predict my Xbow, I think, but thankfully I didn't go for one. Just going to go Knight and defensive Xbow now. He should be forced to Rocket because this will take out the Princess. He is probably going to Rocket the Xbow. Yeah, he is. So, should be in a decent spot. Gonna go Archers in the back, and then I might Fireball Tower to get damage. Yeah, I'm gonna Fireball his Tower. Skeletons for the Princess, and Knight for the Dark Prince to make sure it doesn't take out my Archers. Gonna go E-Spirit for the Cart, and then gonna have to go for a Tesla, I think, to try and win this bridge battle. Should take out the Cannon Cart, so gonna go Log. But I think he is gonna Princess at the bridge. Gonna cycle Skeletons. Yep, he did. I knew it. So gonna go for a Knight next. And Fireball, I think I have to Fireball that. So gonna fireball all of that. Yeah, he did fireball as well. So gonna go for an E-Spirit, and now this is getting a bit tricky because he does have a bandit while the cart is tanking, but gonna go for a knight off to the side here, and hopefully it takes out the bandit. Goes for Rascals. Gonna go low archers and then log them, I think. I do have a fireball back in cycle if I want to deal with the barrel. He's predicting my Xbow very aggressively, so I'm not going for any Xbows. I really just need to defend right now. So just fireballing the barrels, and then gonna try and take out the cart. Get back to another knight as well for this defense. And knight as well now because I think he's gonna princess the bridge. Nope, gonna defensive Xbow. He might rocket tower here, or he might rocket the Xbow. He rockets the Xbow, okay. Gonna go Skellies, and this is kind of stressful, so sorry if my commentating isn't that great, but I'm just trying to defend as well as I can. Go for a low Tesla, which should take out the cart. Goes for a princess at the bridge. I'm gonna go E-Spirit and then fireball to make sure I don't take any princess damage. And fireball did take out the cart for the most part as well. Gonna go Tesla, and I'm holding on to my log right now. He's gonna rocket tower, gonna fireball his tower back. And knight, I don't want to take any bandit dash, nor do I want to take a princess at the bridge. So I'm gonna log this next barrel. I'm back to another fireball, and oh my god, I'm gonna fireball tower, and that's gonna be a nice win. Jeez, that was one of the harder matchups for Xbow for sure. I'm really glad I was able to win that, because I don't know why I'm getting so unlucky with these matchups, honestly, but that's basically how I was able to beat it. So basically, I think he thought I was going to be super aggressive, but I played really passively. I played really aggressively at the start, and once I got a connection, I committed all in. Notice how I had to take a full Goblin barrel so that I could use log on offense. If I logged on defense, I would not have broken through the Rascals, and I wouldn't have gotten that connection. So that was very important. And then defensive Xbows to bait out the rocket were important as well. And not taking any princess at the bridge damage was also very important. So this is one of the hardest logbait matchups in the game. I think it's like 70-30 in their favor in terms of matchup percentage. Normal logbait and Rascals logbait without cannon cart are way easier, but I'm really happy I was able to make that happen. So really hard matchup, and I was able to walk away with the win. So today's video, we are getting some really tricky matchups, but I'm really glad I'm able to make them work. So I'm going to go for the next match now, and we find the next one, thankfully not against the same player. Against Nox29, gonna give the good luck and go for E-Spirit at the bridge. So let's see what he's gonna be running. Goes for Skeletons and activates King. Okay, so Skeletons tells me it's gonna be a cycle deck. Gonna go log as well. And then goes for a delivery at the bridge. So, okay, this is looking bad actually. This is looking like it's gonna be Royal Hog. So gonna go for an Xbow and then hovering Fireball for the Royal Hogs. Nope, he has a Valkyrie, so I don't know what this is going to be, actually, because he has a delivery. Usually, okay, it's going to be Hog Earthquake, I guess, with delivery. Going to log this Hog back as well. And Xbow should be helping out against the Queen, too. It's going to freeze it up, and unfortunately, Queen is going to be on tower. Going to have to push it a bit back with my archers, and I took a lot of damage. So, I don't know if that offense was worth it, honestly. I wasn't really expecting him to have Hog, but he does have delivery, and again, I'm getting so many bad matchups. I don't know why, but him having delivery does help, I think. He has delivery instead of Fire Spirit, which, as you guys are probably able to guess, doesn't really get any value against Xbow. So, goes for delivery in the back. Gonna go Xbow, I think, and then Knight to predict the Archer Queen. Nope, goes for Valkyrie instead. So, that was actually probably a pretty bad Knight, and he does have Cannon too, and then Earthquake. So, gonna go for Skeletons like this, to try and pull the Valkyrie out of Xbow range, maybe make a small connection happen, and I get one hit for that, okay. But yeah, this is going to be a really bad matchup because he does have cannon as well instead of bomb tower. So, yeah, it's going to be really hard. Faster cycle, and he can just go for low cannons to stall. Goes for a queen in the back, and I can't even Xbow. I really want to Xbow, but I don't think I can because he's just going to go for a hog, and then I can't defend the hog plus the queen at the same time. So just going to go archers in the back. And then knight up high for this queen. Maybe force out the ability early. Yep, and then go for a Tesla. Anti-earthquake placement again. And he's actually going to be protecting his queen a bit. So going to cycle back to another set of archers. And then going to have to go for a knight for this Valk as well. And he goes for a hog. And he did actually outcycle my Tesla. So going to log this back and then go for a low Tesla. But unfortunately, I can't really punish him for that because I don't have Knight in Cycle. But I'm gonna try anyways and go for an Xbow and predict the Queen with Skeletons. Goes for a Valk opposite. So, gonna try and pull it opposite lane again with my Knight. Which does work out, but he's just gonna get a delivery down. Gonna E-Spirit to try and maybe keep my Xbow alive a little longer, and I do get a small connection actually, so that was not bad. Gonna go for another Xbow here, and then Tesla off to the side to pull the Hog, and I actually get a connection. Just gonna log this back, E-Spirit as well, to try and stall out the Queen as long as possible, and I do get a connection, so I'm back in the game. I'm gonna take that Archer Queen damage, I think. Might be a mistake. He predicts my Xbow with a cannon, just gonna fireball the tower. And now he's gonna go for a Valk Hog, so gonna go Knight opposite, off to the side I mean, and then Tesla. And, okay, that was really scary. I thought the Hog bypassed the Tesla, but it looks like it didn't. So thankfully that didn't happen. But this is really intense actually. So gonna go Log and then Xbow, and go for a Knight to predict the cannon. Yep, he blocked with a cannon. And then Archers as well. I need to DPS this down as fast as possible. And E-Spirit Skellies for the Queen. And log the Queen back as well. And we do actually get an Xbow connection, wow. So he's gonna go for a Hog. I'm gonna let it go past and then Xbow. And cannon again to predict the... Sorry, Knight again to predict the cannon. And goes for this Valk opposite lane again. It's gonna go Archers up high. Try and DPS it down as fast as possible. Skeletons to pull it to the side as well. While Archers are helping. And then log the Queen. He goes for a Queen. Gonna go E-Spirit Knight to protect my Xbow. And he's gonna be forced to play Queen ability. I'm gonna go for a low Tesla, and that's actually gonna be the game. So I'm actually gonna DM this guy a bit, because he was giving an emote earlier, I think, but oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting all these matchups and winning. It's actually ridiculous. But yeah, Hog Earthquake we were able to win against. I really don't know how, but, well, I guess I do know how. So I went for Xbow's opposite lane, but I made sure I didn't overcommit in single so I didn't lose. I mean, you saw that I took so much damage at the start. Let me just analyze this matchup, I guess, for you guys really quickly to show you how I was able to win. But yeah, that's just going to be a match that I'm really proud of, actually. So yeah, he has a delivery, and I don't know why he played delivery at the bridge here. It was kind of weird. But delivery is going to be a big saving grace in this matchup because... yeah, he gives the good game early. Like, I think he knows I'm playing Xbow, and so he knows he hard counters. And he goes for this low Valk. So I went for a Knight at the bridge to block, and then Skellies and log on the Hog as well. Which, in hindsight, maybe it was an overcommitment because I took so much damage from this Queen here. Or I could have gone for the E-Spirit earlier to stun the Queen. I think either of those could have been good. But I'm forced to go for these Archers, and I'm down so much damage at the start. So that was a very risky play by me. And maybe worth reconsidering if I should do that next time. But he's going for these Valks opposite and then low cannons. This is the issue with cannon. They can just play it low. You can't really kill it at all. And it's going to stall out your Xbow. So it's really hard for Xbow to deal with. But what I did here, you'll notice, is that I went for Skellies off to the side and pulled the Valk out of my Xbow range so that it targeted onto the cannon instead. Did the same for the E-Spirit, and you know, it was a lot of work and I only got one Xbow hit, but that one Xbow hit could have been the difference maker as well. So one really good trick against Hog EQ is to pull the Hog Rider or whatever troop they have off opposite. And now I was tempted to Xbow here, but based on what happened last time, I didn't think it was worth it because I didn't want to take all the Queen damage again. So I just defended Archer's same lane. He can't really kill my Archers because he doesn't have a Fireball. He could Earthquake them, but don't really think he wants to. And this is going to be the anti-Earthquake Tesla placement, this or one tile lower, that I used a lot. He goes for a Valk to try and protect his Queen. Thankfully, though, the Queen does walk in front, so I'm able to just go. And here I notice he cycled Skelly, so he's cycling very aggressively. So I go for an anti-Earthquake Tesla. No, I don't, actually. I go for a low Tesla. That was because he just uses Earthquake, though, so it was fine. And he just wasted his Earthquake, so now I'm going to Xbow because he didn't have Earthquake in Cycle. Unfortunately, though, this cannon is a very good play by him, and I can't really do anything about it. And then he just Earthquakes the Xbow, so I'm going to kind of have to let it die. But I still tried to pull a little trick here by pulling the Valk out of range again. Notice how my Xbow retargeted, and also went for an E-Spirit to get even the tiniest of connections. And I did actually get a small connection, so pretty good play. And now I go for an Xbow again, trying to force the issue, and this is a really good trick. So when you have an Xbow going down, and they have Hog opposite, you have to Tesla the Hog. This is why you basically never see me going Xbow Tesla at the bridge, because if they go for a Hog opposite, and I use Tesla at the bridge, Hog will get like 1000 plus damage on my tower, and they can just Earthquake my Xbow away. So basically it's never worth it to Tesla with your Xbow, unless you know they're going to Hog on the Xbow. But what you can do instead is go for this Tesla placement right here, which pulls the Hog out of Xbow range. So notice how the Hog was supposed to be tanking for the Xbow, but Xbow retargets onto the tower instead. And that is solely because of my placement, where I pulled the Hog opposite, and also the Queen went invisible. So I was able to get a really nice connection, and that basically put me right back into the match. So that was really important. Really happy with that play. And here I took a lot of Queen damage. I don't know if I should have, because if he was smart, I think he would have switched to my lane and then started Earthquaking same lane, and I basically would have lost the match. But thankfully he kept going opposite lane. So here I just Fireball because he cannons. Obviously I can't Xbow into that. And here, oh, here was very scary. The Valk kind of pushed the Hog out of the Tesla, but very thankfully it walked back into the Tesla range. And this is where you see the beauty of the anti-Earthquake Tesla placement, because of the fact that he Earthquakes my tower, but it can't hit the Tesla. So, and notice how I waited after the Earthquake finished to play my Skeletons. I was really just angling to get my Skeletons down, but I knew that they would just die. So I was trying to be very patient and played it right at the end, which is very important as well. And now, he just wasted his Valk, he just wasted his Earthquake. I think it's time to go in again. So I Xbow after the cannon dies, and Knight to predict the cannon. You have to make these predictions. This, like, sadly, it's really hard, but this is how you have to play this matchup. Like, you just have to play really well. So, there I went for a little trick on the Queen, which was E-Spirit Skeletons, and while the Queen is stunned for, like, a little bit, the Skeletons will clean her up a little bit, and she won't be able to use the ability. So that's a really good trick, but I'm getting better. I'm trying to get better at using it more effectively, because as you saw there, I was a bit late with it. Didn't work out, was forced to log the Queen back. But I get another connection, and I took one Queen hit. But he goes for a Panic Hog, and then now he can go for another Xbow. He's going to be low on Elixir. Go for a Knight to predict the cannon again. And this time I decided to go for Archers up high, because Valk is tanking. And so I want to DPS down this Valk as fast as possible. So I went for Archers, and it really worked out actually. Goes for a Queen here, and I just log it back in E-Spirit to make sure that I'm protecting my Xbow as much as I can. So I do get a connection because, again, I pull the Hog out of range, and that's just going to be GG. So yeah, I apologize if you guys don't enjoy BM, honestly, but he gave an early GG because he knew that he countered, so I was just really happy I was able to win that. So that's going to be 2 games against 2 insane hard counters in a row, actually. Really happy I was able to beat those. Hope it helps you guys too. I know we were off to a bit of a difficult start with the early loss against Lava, and then a really hard match against Hog EQ earlier, but we were able to come back with 2 more hard counters. And yeah, this just shows, I didn't mean to go into the replay, but this just goes to show how hard 3.0 Xbow Cycle is to play in this meta. Every single match almost was a really bad matchup, or most of them. But you can, if you play really well, you can make it work. And so we are going to be 19-2. Let's see if we can make the final win happen, and see if I can get to 20 with 3.0 Xbow Cycle without Archer Queen. So it's going to be hard, but going to try my best. Here we go into the final match against Jackson KC. Going to give the good luck, and hopefully we can get a relief from all these hard matchups and get a bit of an easier one, but we'll see. Bandit comes down, probably going to be Bridgespam or 3 Musketeers. Could also be Mega Knight, Ram Rider, so either P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam or Mega Knight. Really don't know yet. Going to go Archers, same lane against the Ghost because I don't have Knight and Cycle for it, so going to have to surround it with Skeletons, and Archers should do their job. So he goes for a Magic Archer, and okay, that's going to be really huge. I'm feeling a big sense of relief right now, because it's going to be P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam, not Mega Knight Lightning, which would have been another really bad matchup. But goes for a pretty smart Battle Ram, well played by him to pull a bit of the Archers away. Just going to go for a Tesla, and he Fireballs my Tesla. I'm going to E-Spirit, and then I'm going to go Xbow, because he won't have enough for a P.E.K.K.A right away, actually. He just played for a Fireball. He should have P.E.K.K.A. Nope, goes for an Ewiz instead. Gonna go Skeletons and then Log. I did react a bit late with that because I was like, I did react a bit late, honestly, because I just froze up a bit. But if I predicted that properly, I would have basically won. But yeah, you can see that he didn't have enough for a P.E.K.K.A, which is why I went for the Xbow, because that Fireball was definitely an overcommitment. So that was really nice. But gonna go Archers in the back. Pretty safe play. And he goes for a Magic Archer opposite, which is smart again, because he wants to force me to Fireball opposite. But I'm going to do it, because basically against Magic Archer, you want to Fireball it almost every time. You don't want to let it wreak havoc and stay on the map and get value. It's going to be one of the only annoying cards in their deck in this matchup. Going to go for a Knight and then low Tesla for the Battle Ram again. Let's see if he fireballs again, and he does. Wow, like, I'm really surprised he's doing this. I'm definitely going to go for an Xbow now, because again, he won't have enough for P.E.K.K.A. Going to go hover Skeletons this time to predict the Bandit. Goes for the same E-Wiz, and then probably Bandit in front. Yep, so Skeletons in front. And then Log, and Knight should be tanking. And he's probably, actually, I was going to say he's probably going to fireball, but he can't even afford to fireball because he just used it. So just going to fireball his Magic Archer, and that's going to be a huge connection. Going to go Knight for the Ghost. This is another, okay, I messed up actually, but if I was able to get that to work, it would have been like another few hundred damage. But either way, my opponent is being very overcommit happy right now and going for fireballs on my Teslas. So I'm just really happy to punish him with Xbows, and this is going to be a really easy way that you can punish overcommits in this matchup. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just really relieved right now because he's not really playing the best, and it's finally going to be a good matchup after all that struggle. But going to go for Archers low, and then Xbow right away. E-Spirit to predict whatever comes down. He's not going to have a P.E.K.K.A right away. I guess he had one after that Royal Ghost. But I think I'm actually going to have to let this die. Yeah, because I do also have to use Knight for the Ghost, but I can actually cycle back to Skeletons and then log it back. So I'm going to do that, and E-Wiz comes down. What I'm actually going to do is go for low Archers for the E-Wiz, and then Xbow right away. And if he's smart, he will predict this. Nope, goes for Bandit opposite, so he has to go Battle Ram. Going to go Tesla, and pull the Bandit all the way out of range with the same trick I did in the last match, actually. And then log this, and he does go for a Fireball. Going to go Knight to predict whatever he plays. Looks like he zapped instead, but that's basically going to be very close. Actually just going to Fireball that, and that's actually going to be misplayed. That's going to get a hit. Yeah, he's forced to Bandit, and Knight did hit the Bandit as well, so Bandit is dead. And he goes for a last-ditch Battle Ram. Just going to go for a Tesla and then Xbow. If he Fireballs this, it's going to be over for him, because he's going to be Fireballing at 0 Elixir. And Xbow is on tower, so that's going to be a good game. Well played, and wow, guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I am so relieved right now, because I was able to win against so many bad matchups, and I was able to get 20 wins. Like, usually I'm able to get 20 wins pretty easily, but this time it feels so much more rewarding because of all those hard matchups, again, like I said. And I'm really happy I was able to do it on video as well, because, like, usually I play a lot better when I'm not commentating, just going to be honest. But I know you guys wanted to see more Global Tournament gameplay, so I'm really happy to oblige, and I'm really happy that I was able to get the 20 wins with 3.0 Xbow against all these really hard counters. So, Hoggy Q, Rascals bait with Cannon Cart, Hoggy Q again. This one wasn't really a hard counter, but a difficult matchup. This one was okay, and this one is... I wouldn't say this is my matchup, because I have E-Spirit, not Ice Spirit, which is better against Lava, and he has Inferno Dragon, which he usually shouldn't have. I think usually they should have... Actually, or maybe they do usually run Inferno Dragon, I'm not sure. But it feels so much harder, this matchup, with Archers compared to Archer Queen. But, I mean, I'm really happy I was able to win. Going off of the loss, I'm definitely going to keep it in the video, so you guys still... And I don't think I played bad. I mean, I lost by, like, less than 100 HP, honestly. So I'm definitely going to include that. And other than that, yeah, these two matchups were really hard, and I just feel really good about beating them, so... Hopefully it helps you guys too. I might even make them their own videos where I just upload those that segment as kind of a guide of how to beat Hoggy Q and maybe even Rascals bait. But that's basically going to be it. So that's going to be 20 wins in Global Tournament. Got some really difficult matchups again. Still sticking it out with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, of course, as I always will be. I might, well, I say always will be, but I might switch to Queen after this, honestly, because that was just really painful. But still, I feel really happy. I was able to get 20 wins with 2 losses, which isn't the best, but still, considering it's all with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, I feel really good about it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. Gonna be a bit of a nice video today, I would say. Like, I'm really happy with this. So, I feel pretty good about it. But, hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you would like a part 4, going from 20 wins to 25 wins. I am not sure if I should stick to Archers. Like, Queen would just be better in basically every way. But at the same time, like, I'm a lot better with Archers, I would say. I have way more experience, so I don't know. But yeah, let me know if you guys would want a part 4. I've been going really crazy with the Global Tourney content recently, but hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed. thank you very much for watching. Don't mind this lava clone on my profile, just playing it in some friendlies. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.